Matman has one head, one head, one head. Matman has one head so that he can think. Matman has two eyes, two eyes, two eyes. Matman has two eyes so that he can see.
The great thing about our program is that it's hands-on, it's out loud, and it celebrates the child.
Handwriting Without Tears is an award-winning curriculum for teaching handwriting to students from pre-kindergarten to 5th grade. Developed by occupational therapist Jan Olson, Handwriting Without Tears is a complete curriculum with materials, activities, and workbooks for every stage of child development. Today, more than 2 million children across the country are learning handwriting as a natural and automatic skill using Handwriting Without Tears.
We have the best way of helping children learn handwriting. It's easiest for the children and it's easiest for the teachers.
My hope for Handwriting Without Tears and our mission is that every child in the class will do well, and that we have materials and techniques to enable every child to be successful.
Handwriting is a critical means of communication.
Well, you use handwriting every day. I mean, adults fill out checks, bills, they write addresses on letters, anything. Most everything uses handwriting.
It's important to have good handwriting so teachers can read it and so you don't look sloppy.
When you have sloppy handwriting, it's a little hard for people to understand what you're writing.
Everyone needs to be able to write legibly, neatly, and quickly.
Handwriting is so important. It's the primary means that students really display their knowledge, and so if they really don't have legible handwriting, it really impacts them across the board as a student.
Look at the SATs. There's a written portion. If someone can't read it, you can't get a score on it.
Schools as well as students end up being graded on handwriting.
Our state test happens to have what they call brief constructed responses. And the students have to write. They don't have to write a lot, but they have to write, and it has to fit in this little space. If the people who score that can't read it, it affects our test scores, and that's how we're measured.
Principal Linda Pasco implemented the Handwriting Without Tears curriculum throughout Yorktown Elementary School when she saw the results of a pilot program conducted by occupational therapist Dorothea Copeland. Here's 2nd grader Cole Fowler's handwriting at the start of the pilot program. Here's his handwriting 4 weeks later after working with Ms. Copeland in Handwriting Without Tears.
So we began the program. It lasted for 4 weeks, and I came in every day for 4 weeks and worked with the students for about 10 minutes of actual instruction time. And the results were just so dramatic.
During the pilot, Cole's legibility went from 21% to 94%, and his good handwriting skills carried over. Here's a paper Cole turned in the next year, at the beginning of 3rd grade. Even better, Cole is happier at school.
It's a lot funner to write because my teacher doesn't yell at me this year for my bad handwriting.
Yorktown's Lynn Maydag advocated for implementing Handwriting Without Tears in every classroom in the school.
Handwriting Without Tears is definitely multisensory. There's so many children out there that learn so many different ways. You have auditory learners, visual learners, kinesthetic learners, the list goes on. This really hits all the students out in your classroom. It's not just for your special needs students, it's for every student.
For younger children, the Handwriting Without Tears products start with the Handwriting Without Tears wood pieces set and move on to include Matman, the wet-dry tri-slate, and the Get Set for School Sing-Along CD performed by Grammy-winning artists.
We think the pre-K child is a very active child who wants to be learning and moving and exploring and singing and handling and touching. And so our materials for teaching the pre-K child are multisensory, and they're lessons and activities that prepare the child to know letters, to know how they're made, to know what they're made of, to recognize them, and to have a joyful introduction to letters.
Pre-K teacher Margaret Ricks uses the Handwriting Without Tears curriculum in her classroom.
There are many opportunities for young children to learn how to write in a situation that's non-threatening for them, and they can work independently with it. I can work with the children in small groups, or I can work with the whole group. So it has a variety of materials that I can use with the class in a number of ways to help them learn how to write.
Older students learn to print and write in cursive with the help of child-friendly language and Handwriting Without Tears carefully designed workbooks. In the workbooks, there are step-by-step instructions on how to form the letters.
And those steps are using child-friendly language. Magic C, up like a helicopter. What sound does a helicopter make? A helicopter goes ba 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 ba. How do helicopters fly? Helicopters fly straight up. So Magic C, up like a helicopter, slide down, bump. There's no overcurve, there's no undercurve, there's no slant left, curve right. It's all child-friendly language.
Teachers and students are enthusiastic about the program.
All the teachers have bought into it, which is sometimes hard to do when you have a new piece of curriculum or a new textbook. And this, I think the teachers right off the bat saw the value in it.
The children love working with the Handwriting Without Tears materials. They love singing the songs. They especially love making Map Man, using the materials. They love to sing the songs to each other and respond with them. So I could honestly say they really love the program.
Handwriting Without Tears is very fun. Yeah, I like using it.
And administrators like the cost. The Handwriting Without Tears workbooks are about $5 per student.
I think it's very cost effective because textbooks can run a lot of money when you start to purchase them. And Handwriting Without Tears is just a very small fraction of that.
For the benefit you get out of the Handwriting Without Tears, I thought the cost was very low of what it costs for each child to participate in it. The return on it is so much greater than the money that you will put out for the materials.
Plus, schools realize savings by reducing the need for evaluations, referrals, and individualized remediation programs.
The school instructional team was seeing that, okay, well, you're no longer referring those kids from your classroom anymore. Why is that? And I was saying, well, the handwriting program is really working.
It really works. Handwriting Without Tears really works.
I think the impact was huge. One, we were finding that the parents were really excited about the program, and they were seeing a major change in their children.
My son was having real problems with his handwriting, with some of his motor coordination, and I've noticed a huge change this year using the program. It's just his favorite thing to do now is write.
I've seen results with it, with my own child. Now he gets on his papers beautiful handwriting, whereas before he used to get messy and messy and sad faces on his paper, and now he gets smiley faces and beautiful handwriting.
And Handwriting Without Tears, I think it does just what it says. It makes the students comfortable, happy with their writing. It makes the teachers happy when they see the students writing. Makes the parents happy, and if you're pleasing everybody, then you have a happy school.
For more information about Handwriting Without Tears, visit our website at www.hwtears.com.
So that he can clap. Matman has 2 legs, 2 legs, 2 legs. Matman has 2 legs, so that he can stand. Matman has 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet. Matman has 2 feet, so that he can walk.